pit already, and the races are a go.
It looks like we'll be seeing an overtaking attempt by Miola from the outside, and Pangilinan maintaining his position. Side by side, Sukiya and De Vera tight in turn 4. Oh!
There it is, Gino!
Yeah. Yes. It looks like these drivers will stop at nothing to win here tonight.
And the competition heats up as the racers continue to blast their way through the world's most famous racetracks in hopes of moving one step closer to overall championship glory. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Round 2 Leaderboard Challenge of the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Philippines 2021. My name is Gino Killiamore, and this is my co-host, Ref Bangsail. What's up, Ref?
What's up, Gino? How are you, man? It's been a while since the last one, and it was such an exciting experience. And definitely to our viewers here, what's up, guys, and good day to everyone. As you all saw, round 1 was truly exciting. And Gino, grabe, what was your favorite moment from that last round, man?
Oh man, that's a tough question. I mean, there were so many great moments there. I really love it when people get too close to each other, but they don't bump each other, because that takes a lot of skill, and a lot of that happened during the first round. And you know, I can't even pinpoint a single moment where I could say that it was my absolute favorite, just because there were so many good points of that race, you know.
Sobra, and like they were all neck and neck when they were nearing the finish line, so you couldn't really tell which one or which racer was gonna win.
Nice. But you know what? Even if the thrilling memories of the first round are still pretty much fresh in our memories, here we are for another go around at the races. Now, I gotta say, and I'm pretty sure you are with me on this, I am pumped for this. Now, the stakes are higher, for sure. None of our competitors will give an inch to qualify for the succeeding competitions.
Definitely, tama. And especially now that we have 2 rounds left in the competition, every racer will be in the hunt for the final heat of the respective categories. Gino, who do you think we'll be seeing in tonight's leaderboard?
Okay, so for the round 2 leaderboard, we will actually be witnessing the second race of our junior class, as well as the pulsating action in the promotional and sporting classes. It was hard to say that with a straight face, man.
Pulsating, yeah. Pulsating's the best way to describe what we're feeling right now, man, honestly. And we're moments away from action. But before making that turn, of course, we would like to say thank you to everyone who's watching this stream right now. And of course, don't forget to share the broadcast to fellow sim racing aficionados and use the hashtag GRGTCupPH2021. Now, guys, before we jump into the races themselves, let's check out what made this tournament possible.
That's right, Ref. Now, Toyota Gazoo Racing is a global motorsports brand that aims to push Toyota's cars to the limit. You know, that way they can build better cars based on the challenges posed on the racetrack. Now, the good news is they actually want more people to feel that exciting vibe, you know, that exciting racing vibe and the culture of winning by opening up the GRGT Cup here in the Philippines. So once again, I just wanted to personally say thank you to Toyota Motor Philippines for giving us a chance to experience this heart-pumping racing action, even while we're in the comforts of our respective homes. Even if in your boxers or your pajamas, you can still experience it. So, through the GRGT Cup.
Yeah, thank you, Toyota, and of course, thank you, Gino. And now that we're in year 2 of the GRGT Cup, expect every heat to be hotly contested moving forward. It's going to be very intense, but before we head off to the races, our friends, of course, from Toyota have something for you guys to check out. And I truly gotta say, this is really, really cool. Check this out.
At the core of Toyota Gazoo Racing lies motorsports DNA. Combine that with the Philippines' best-selling sedan, you get the new Vios GRS. Its black accent details and aero kit upgrade capture the feel and excitement on the track, and the 10-speed CVT that exudes the TGR competitive spirit. On the road or on the track, always be ready for a heart-racing, exhilarating ride. The new Vios GRS. Bring on the thrill.
Experience the adrenaline rush with the Toyota Vios GRS. Feel the thrill of the Gazoo Racing treatment in this exhilarating vehicle. So for more details about this astonishing car, visit toyota.com.ph/vios/1.5 GRS.
All of that sounds really exciting, Gino, but now let's proceed to the main events. Now starting with the second round of the junior class, here we go. Now you guys are watching the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Philippines 2021, powered by Petron Blaze 100. Now, for the benefit of those who are watching us for the first time, Gino, how does a competitor really qualify for such divisions?
Actually, Ref, I'm glad that you asked that. Ito yung pinakamaganda dito. Actually, about the junior class. This was I really wanted to get into first. Now, this is open to all Filipinos aged 17 and below. The great thing about this is you don't need a student license to get into this. Even if you're 9 years old, if you're good enough, you could actually get into this. I'm pretty sure that some of you out there, I'm not going to say who, have tried to sneak out their car without a license, which is not something that we condone, by the way. But you don't have to do that here because it's, again, open to all Filipinos age 17 and below. And the great thing about this is they're also limiting this to non-professional esports racing experienced drivers. So if you have any professional racing experience for esports, you cannot be a part of this. Now, this just makes it more, like a more even competing ground for a lot of the junior class participants, because medyo lugi nga naman, diba? If you have like a pro racer there. So it's nice that, it's limited to that, right?
Yeah, that's right. And even I would say, Gino, na ang swerte nga ng mga bata ngayon. Because I'm sure when we were kids, like I'm sure you played Gran Turismo 1 on the PS1 or the PS2. And
bro, I had because I didn't have the PlayStation 1, so I had to go to my friend's house, tapos makikilaro ako doon. Tapos pag yung usapan namin is if matalo ka, tanggal ka sa upuan. So it gave you that extra pressure to just like really play really well. Yeah, and it's great to start them young if you think about it. Diba?
That's true. And honestly, like back in the day, like this was what we would dream of. Alam mo yun, like if we had this back in the day, siguro sobrang professional na natin ngayon, Gino, if you think about it. So everyone right now is really actually lucky to be able to join such a class. And it's good to start them young, of course, because it exposes them to healthy competition. And talagang pagdating nila ng professional, sobrang ready na sila to take on any type of competitor.
Ref, I'm telling you now, man, like if we had this in our time, we wouldn't be commentating, we wouldn't be hosting, we would be racing.
We would be in there, actually. That's
just how it is.
Now, I know that there are hours and hours of practices and lessons learned that will, of course, only help these racers become better in the coming years. But before we can move forward, let's have a retrospect of what really transpired in round 1 of the junior class. Gino, go ahead, man.
Now, it was a really hard-fought race from start to finish as the competitors cruised and diced through the Monza racetrack, one of the, most, I believe, like iconic racetracks out there. But in the end, it was Russell Cabrera who won the 5-lap race after wrestling the lead from Joshua David Marquez, rather, who finished in second, while John Paul Veloso grabbed the 3rd spot.
And now that you mentioned the podium finishers, Gino, here's how our overall championship tally looks like after round 1. Now, we have Russell Cabrera with 20 points at first place, and man, when I met this guy, I really saw the passion in his eyes. And then there was Marquez and Veloso with 15 and 12 for second and third, respectively. We have 10 points for David Enzo Izon at 4th. Vince Mangio gets 8 points at the 5th. Of course, we had Gian Casimiro, who was gunning for 6 points by 6th place. We have 4 points for Alan Drake Cruz at 7th. And to round up the top 10 are Max Aaron Marquez, Paco Samson, and Manolo Ablaza with a 3, 2, 1 point respectively. But given that the stakes are higher in round 2, so too are the overall championship points that are up for grabs. Gino?
Yeah, see, Ref, the great thing about all of this is just when you think that the ball game is over because some of the drivers have, way higher points than the others, well, that's where a lot of people can be mistaken, because in round 2 of the Toyota GRGT Cup Junior class, the points will actually have a 1.5 time multiplier. So if that's the case, basically the winner gets 30 points while the runner-up nets 22.5. And the third placer naman bags 18 championship points. So, that multiplier trickles down to all 10 spots that are eligible for overall points. So, really, at this point, it's still anybody's ball game, And this is all going to be happening on the Tokyo Expressway East Outer Loop, which is a featured course in Gran Turismo Sport. Now, it's a 7-kilometer city-type racetrack. So, outside of the fact that you're going to be looking at the beautiful Supras that are driving down the track, you're also going to be looking at the beautiful scenery that is Tokyo. 5 sectors and has 12 total turns. Now, if you're asking which turns are a little difficult, turn 11 is a little bit tricky because they might actually hit the wall as it becomes tighter the further you go in, and also changes to a downward descent. Now, I guess if you're an actual racer, or if you're competing here, this is the track that you're a little worried about. This is the track that you're trying to get your A game on, your focus at the top of its game or whatever. But as a spectator, this is the part where it actually gets really exciting, because this is where ish happens. This is where everything gets really exciting. Now, outside of that, turn 12 also becomes a little tricky, because the car might actually lose its balance and speed.
As I was listening to that, Gino, I couldn't help but smile, because parang na-imagine ko yung sarili ko na racing through that track, and it seems super difficult with how it was described, man. Parang intense, yeah. I'm crazy. It's really crazy. I wish I could see it one day. But yeah, that's interesting, Gino. And now that we've featured the track, let's start to talk about the car that all of our competitors will be using. Take it away, Gino.
Man, here we go. It is with my great pleasure to present to you the car that they are using. Of course, we are talking about the Toyota GR Supra that comes only in automatic transmission. The car I wish I had. The car I had a video with. I kind of just wanted to hug it and, never let it go, because, they were nice enough to let us both drive it, actually, if you think about it. Now, just getting into the nitty-gritty details of the car, it's an 8-speed vehicle sports. This 8-speed vehicle sports a 3.0-liter twin-scroll turbocharged inline-6 engine. Translation: it is fast. It is quick. It is a beautiful thing to drive. It has 335 horsepower. That translates to roughly around 5,000 to 6,000 revolutions per minute. It is a rear-wheel drive car, which is ideal for maneuvering or drifting, which is obviously better done on track and never on the street. Just to be clear. So, man, I can't even begin to express the love I have for this car. If I'm just being honest, driving the Supra, they were nice enough to lend it to us for a week. And man, after that week, when I went back to my old car, everything just felt so slow. Everything was just diba? Iba yung dating na parang, teka, bakit parang ang bagal ng kotse ko? Bakit ayaw mag-overtake? Nangyari sa bilis, wala na.
Actually, yung dating ang mabilis, biglang parang, why is it suddenly so slow now? It's honestly, it spoiled me, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. It spoiled me.
But without a doubt, the Toyota GR Supra will fulfill your need for that adrenaline rush. If you're interested to learn more, visit www.toyota.com.ph/GR-Supra.
Man, Gino, thank you for that insight, and certainly our racers will be in for a treat. That said, let's look at our competitors in this race. Take it away, Gino.
It's pretty much the same field, but of course, we'll keep our eyes glued on Cabrera, Marquez, and Veloso, because they will be the favorites for this race after their strong finishes in round one. I guess we'll just have to see if they're able to sustain that, that winning energy. Ref, I don't know, man. It's, again, we cannot stress this enough. It's just such a tough playing field, but what do you think about our competitors? And they're so young. They're honestly so young.
These guys, man, when I raced with Toyota, you wouldn't believe it, but the winners, some top one winners were actually only 14, 15, 16 years old. These guys did not even have actual driving licenses, but they had racing licenses. And some of them are in this race, Can you imagine that? So, yeah, they may be under the junior class, but man, these guys are nowhere near junior in terms of skill.
And that is why we are talking to you today instead of racing.
Yeah. So, guys, now that all the cards have been laid out, the table is set for the main race. Now, don't forget to share with us your thoughts or anything that you might have seen in the comment, right here in the comment section, and use the hashtag GRGTCupPH2021. So to everyone who's watching right now, fasten your seatbelts as we bring you round 2 of the Toyota GR GT Cup Philippines 2021 for the junior class competition held last May 15th.
And here we are. We are now underway to starting the junior class race heat round 2, taking place on the Tokyo Expressway East Outer Loop.
And yeah, right here in Tokyo, where Initial D was born, the race starts now with Paco Samson on pole position. Look at that car, Gino. Look at that
Man,
super.
it's so
Woohoo!
sexy. It's such a sexy car. What else do I gotta say? I mean, look at the curves on that thing. But I gotta say though, what a stretch this is. Like, it feels like we've been talking forever. It's quite a distance, and the Supra has enough gears to keep the car accelerating. Paco Samson, as we can see, maintaining a pretty decent lead.
It's like it's a highlight of him driving the Supra down Tokyo.
Oo nga eh. Parang, oy, may kasama ka ba? Ayun, ito na nga.
Yun,
So, as we can see
yun.
in the back assembling behind, we have Samson, Marquez, Open, and Cruz.
And here we see Paco Samson onboard camera coming out of turn 1, very composed, understeer prone turn upon exit, turning turn 2. He's still pretty much okay here.
Yeah, it's just, it really looks like a promotional video for the Supra, if you think about it. Like, because he's so far away from each other.
And look at that lead. That's a huge lead, Gino.
But of course, the rest of the pack exiting that turn over there. Lap 1 is looking great so far. But there you go. I think I saw a penalty somewhere.
There was something that happened there. Okay, they're going around the corner right now. And Oben scrapes the outside wall upon exit
bit of
turn 4. A little bit of
wall
contact there, but that's all very, very tight. Alos magkakalapit lang sila, oh.
And I mean, look at this track, man. I mean, it like we mentioned it countless times already. It is the tight track, so it's very hard to overtake. But it's not going to stop these people from doing so. As you can see, another
there's a
penalty there.
penalty there. He has to slow down here to take it out a little bit. Max Marquez here, fortunately, with a penalty. Marquez entering turn 9, attempting to clear his penalty by slowly entering the corner here, but this is not the right time to slow down.
Santiago Open there, exiting turn 10, really wide and actually hitting the wall on the corner exit. As we see the entire pack approaching the final corner, the loop 3 wide. Oh man, look at that.
And they hit each other there, a little bit of contact. Marquez slowly cutting down the penalty as he exits the final corner. And Gino, nakita mo yung halos magkakatabi lang sila as if they're all like in the starting pole of the race.
Oh,
That's
nga eh. Look
here.
at the contrast between Samson and the rest of these guys. Like, Samson, it looks like, okay, I'm all alone. I got no one
whatever,
else.
I'll maintain this lead. I'm fine here.
While everybody else is like, huy, siksika na kami dito.
Yeah, and then, like we said, Paco Samson welcomes lap 2 with the pack with a big margin behind him. Nag-aaway-aaway sila lahat, fighting to maintain his second position. Russell Cabrera not too far behind, fighting for second place. And a lot of drivers can really keep up with each other here. Okay, Gino, there's this thing called slipstream kasi where you stay behind the car and you're able to kind of reduce drag as you race on. And that's what they're all doing here.
Oh, and we have Russell Cabrera's onboard camera footage as he dices with Marquez for second place upon entering turn 1.
Oh, Marquez hit the wall a little bit there. There's much pressure here. And they're all really tight. Actually, with a race like this, hindi mo talaga alam sino mananalo. Walang napag-iwanan. Everyone's just behind each other.
Para silang magkabarkada eh. Medyo close-knit sila eh, no? Walang iwanan. Parang gano'n. Magkakalapit lang sila. Ooh, a sliding exit there by Cabrera with Veloso not so far behind.
Oh,
Beautiful.
That was nice. Ison, another contender for third place.
There you go. And
Veloso, there's an overtaking attempt on Cabrera on the outside. There's a little bit of some contact
but
there.
denied by Cabrera, of course, and Veloso hits the wall, incurring another 5-second penalty for that wall contact. And it's such an unfortunate thing, just when you think that you have things under control.
Oh man,
Get hit
getting
with a
intense
penalty.
here. There are scrambles here that's going on, and as it says here, with penalties, Gino, the only way to kind of get that off is to drive slower. But how can you really do it with something as intense as this?
I know, man. It's just it's anyone's race. That's just how it is, I suppose.
Veloso going into the final corner.
You know what's really nice about this is you can really see the brake disc glow for cars entering this final corner. You really want to brake hard for this corner or else you end up overshooting it, diba?
Oh yeah. Talk about the detail with Gran Turismo,
Right. Now we're back with Samson on the lead, welcoming lap 3.
There we go, Samson breezing through. And we see here footage of Paco Samson still really composed here. Looks a little bit pressured, but he's still very calm.
If you're leading this ravenous pack right behind you, I think you would feel a little bit of pressure as well.
They're all coming for him. And Cabrera and Josh Marquez,
Ooh, Cabrera on the inside.
there we go, side by side on the stretch. This is going to be an interesting turn of events coming in turn 1.
But understeers coming out of turn 1 from the momentum and hits the wall in doing so.
And just like that, Joshua Marquez claims second place away from Russell Cabrera. Now we have here, they seem to be going into a corner here, dicing 3 wide with Cabrera pressuring Marquez and Samson for first place. That's a really risky move on a high-speed corner.
And I believe that was contact, man. Contact between
It
Samson and
was.
Marquez. You know, they're really battling it out hard for first place. These guys will stop at nothing to win here tonight.
Marquez takes first place, leading Samson second and Cabrera on third, Eason on fourth. They're still very tight here, Gino. It's very intense.
There you go. Look at how closely they're driving to each other. You know, it's just, you know how earlier on he was kind of just cruising through everything, and now he's you know,
he's
just
fighting for
struggling
it.
along with everybody else.
Cabrera
yeah.
pulls off an attempt to overtake on turn 9, however denied by Eason. And oh my god!
Oh no! Samson overcooks the turn and spins out coming out of turn 9, and even incurring a 5-second penalty
man.
after cruising at first for such a long time
God.
during the track.
Now, Javier De Malanta here, being forced to the outer wall by Veloso on the approach to the final corner. As you can see, it's intense. It's intense.
Man, I was
I'm at a
not
loss for words.
expecting this much action tonight, but you know, the Tokyo Expressway, it's just something else.
There you go. You have here Cabrera riding on the slipstream of Eason, trying to see if he can take that opportunity to go for an overtake here. Let's see if he's going to do it.
Now, in case you missed it, Marquez welcomes actually the lap for in the lead already. Well, he's welcoming the 4th lap with the lead. Let's see what else goes on tonight. Cabrera on the conservative side, not attacking on the stretch, but still riding on the slipstream of Eason. Very patient, if you will. Look
And
at
here we
that.
have Cabrera sizing up Eason with turn 1 fast approaching. There he is. I think he might be going for that overtake, Gino.
He
You see
is
that?
going for the overtake. I
Is he
think
going
he
for
is.
it? And he gets
And
it!
he gets it! He
Woohoo!
gets the overtake. Patience wins that. Oh.
And just like that.
Oh! But wait! Bawiin
Oh,
na
wait.
agad.
Ay,
Eason
hindi
regains
nakuha na.
second place from Cabrera. Exactly. Entering
Oh
turn
man,
2.
it wasn't enough, it
Ah.
seems.
Man, and here I thought patience, you know, is rewarded as a virtue, but apparently we were mistaken. Marquez, along with his onboard camera now, has a marginal lead ahead of Eason and Cabrera. Eason and Cabrera,
Very skill, man. Skill rewards.
mirroring each other, man. That's just,
They're being conservative here as they're really nearing the end of the race. Still, Russell trying to find a way to really beat him. There's
that was a bit of wall contact there. Will that incur a penalty? I guess we'll find out in just a little bit. With all the wall contact, there you go. We have a penalty. We have a penalty. Eason incurs a 10-second penalty after the wall contact, just like that. So it looks like this is something that he'll have to clear at some point by slowing down. And this is tough when you have a guy right behind you who is not the time to slow down at all. I mean, but it is a race. I don't think there's a right time to slow down at all if you think about it. Eason hitting the inner barrier, causing him to spin out.
Oh man, he lost that lead.
Opening P2 to Russell Cabrera. So there you go. Now you got P2. Russell Cabrera has taken that from Eason.
And now we see here they're again very tight knit. Russell at 4th place, still trying to get that lead above everyone else. And if you missed it, Veloso and De Milan here coming into the long stretch. And we welcome lap 5, the last lap.
I wonder how Joshua Marquez is doing at this point. Let's see. There you go. Joshua Marquez is now maintaining a sizable lead from Russell Cabrera. Mahabol niya pa kaya to, ref?
Oh,
Tansya
actually,
mo?
you know what? With this lead he has, he really just has to maintain composure throughout this whole race. Basta makaya niya yung lead na yan, he'll be okay. Oh, there he is. As discussed, you see he's looking more determined and pressured than ever before, but man, it seems like he's got this.
Let's see. Here, this is of course the front view of Joshua Marquez maintaining some good lines, coming into turn 3 and everything.
He's keeping it tight.
We are down to the last lap, so if he just maintains his composure, if he just keeps his head in the game, I think this one is pretty much in the bag for Marquez.
And coming
right?
into an S curve here, turns 5 and 6, Marquez going for a smooth entry and exit, where else we have De Valanta and will also continue to dicing it out here. Honestly, I think he's gonna go for the win here, Gino. He's in a pretty good lead here.
I don't think he's gonna let that go, man. I mean, you're already at first place, but mo pa iiwan, di ba? Mo pa bibitawan.
Oh wait, we have here Cabrera. It seems that he looks to be thinning the gap between Marquez. Tingnan natin kung mahabol niya dito. He just has to make really tight corners here, Gino. But, with the right technique, he'll be able to do this.
The real question is, will he have enough time, considering that it's already the last lap? Will he have enough time to actually catch on to Marquez? But it looks like we're seeing the last push for all the drivers out there to make any positional changes already. And at this point, Marquez and Cabrera coming into the final corner. Cabrera bagging the inside of turn 12. There you go.
Oh man, he's not that far.
Oh,
He's going for that stretch. He's going for that stretch. He just really has to accelerate here. Oh man, I think he's too far, Gino.
I think he's too far gone. Maybe if we had another lap, it could have been a different story.
Or maybe
But
a turn or something.
That's true. But I think at this point,
Oh, there it is. And there we have it, Gino. Joshua David Marquez wins round 2. Wow.
medyo wild.
What a race.
Medyo wild.
What a race.
Man, that did not turn out the way that I expected it to turn out.
I was expecting a bit of a calmer race like last time. This one was, wow.
I mean, I guess everybody's out to get it because, I mean, of course, the multiplier is there. I kind of feel bad for Samson, though. He had such a great lead, and just one tiny mistake, just kind of messed that all up.
It's
But
that thing here with
congratulations.
races, Gino. You seem to have it at one point, and one mistake turns it all around.
Parang love lang, ref, no? Like, you think
Actually.
you have it all figured out. You think you're all good.
Isang
Then you
pagkakamali lang.
Make that one tiny mistake, break na kayo. Yun yung mahirap.
All right, so there it is, guys. The race. I want to know what you guys think of that. Please put it in the comments below. Grabe. Like, my heart is beating so fast right now.
Medyo pinawisan ako. I know that it's, mainit nga naman ngayon, pero iba yung level of just how competitive these drivers are. And to think that they're all in junior class, so that means, again, as a reminder to everyone, these are all competitors below 17 years of age. That is insane.
Gino, man, that was a crazy race, man. Grabe.
Hey man, ibang
Grabe.
level.
Grabe yun. It's, alam mo yung, it's like every time there's a new race, mas intense siya sa previous eh. Akala mo yung una na nga, napaka-intense.
May build up, and I think it's also because of the fact that like we mentioned earlier, there is a certain multiplier for this. So I mean, everybody's kind of just stepping up as we go along, right?
And not only that, I think syempre parang gamay na nila yung kalaban nila. Alam mo yun, like they know how the other racer acts towards different situations, and so they're able to gauge where they can get that certain advantage. So kakatawa lang. It's crazy. Everyone was in full throttle throughout the race, but in the end, of course, there can only be one winner. And I want to say congratulations to our top finishers as they are set to take home prizes such as gaming peripherals and other Toyota GR merchandise. And meanwhile, getting the fastest lap today for this race is John Paul Veloso with a time of 2:12.967. Now, he did have a strong race today, Gino. It's crazy, man. Galing.
I think a strong race is an understatement, but I have to agree with you completely. He was at a class of his own and competing the course in the fastest time possible.
Definitely. Laki ng nabawi niya from the first race. Now, everyone, we have here the final placings after round 2 of the Toyota GR GT Cup Philippines 2021 Junior Class. And of course, emerging on top is Joshua David Marquez, taking home a whopping 30 points, while Russell Cabrera gets a 22.5. Of course, we have John Paul Veloso finishing in third and gets 18 overall points, while Javier De Malanta collects 15. And we have coming in at fifth is David Enzo Ison grabbing 12 points, while Alan Drake Cruz is at 6th to earn 9 championship points. And of course, at 7th, meron tayong Santiago Oben, now in possession of 6 points, while Gian Casimiro is at 8th with 4.5. Now, rounding out the top 10 are Max Aaron Marquez and Paco Samson with 3 and 1.5 points respectively. Now, Gino, man, how do you think this affects our overall championship tally?
Well, you know what, Ref? After 2 rounds of the junior class, here's how the competition is stacking up. So on top of the standings is Marquez with 45 points, Cabrera with 42.5, while Veloso is at third with 30. Now at the middle of the pack, we have Ison, De Malanta, and Cruz with 22, 15, and 13 points respectively. Rounding out the top 10 are Casimiro, Mangio, Oben, and Marquez with 10.5, 8, 6, and 5 points respectively. Now completing the tally are Paco Samson with 4.5 points, Ablaza with 2 points, and Castro with 1 point.
You know, Gino, despite having 2 races in the books, this competition still looks very tight. And with 1 more race to go in the junior class, these young competitors will definitely not throw away any chance that they have in taking home the overall title. So once again, a huge congratulations to all the winners in round 2 of the junior class. It's a well-deserved victory for everyone, and you all deserve the congratulations. But hey, now that the junior class is done, we can now move on to the exciting leaderboard of both the promotional and sporting classes. But everyone, hey, before that, did you know that we are nearing the Philippine launch date of this much anticipated race car? Ano kaya to? Check out this video.
The Toyota GR Yaris is developed through the motorsport ingenuity of Toyota Gazoo Racing. Now, being behind the wheel of this fantastic vehicle gives you the drive to win. Now, for those of you who are interested in driving and racing your own GR Yaris, get in touch with any of Toyota's GR Performance dealerships as listed in toyota.com.ph/GR Yaris is coming. Now, you're still watching the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Philippines 2021, powered by Petron Blaze 100. Next on our slate is the promotional class, and there are more competitors who are vying for semi-final slots.
Now, to give everyone a bit of a background kung ano nga ba ang promotional class, well, for one, it's for individuals aged 18 and above, and of course, no professional esports racing background. Now, how they did this was there were hundreds of competitors that were divided into multiple lobbies for a more efficient selection process, and then the top 24 racers based on the lap time will advance to the promotional class semifinals. Now, even if they are casual racers, man, the level of talent that they have cannot be denied. And there's also a chance, well, I think a huge chance, that some of them might turn pro because of their passion for the craft.
Yeah.
For the craft. But Gino, can you really, para sa mga gusto makaalam, can you tell our viewers how do they really join the Toyota GR GT Cup PH 2021?
You know, I'll tell you all about that, but I just wanted to add that you have to realize that before you turn pro, you know, you have to go through this. So, like what you mentioned earlier, a lot of these people have, you know, potential to become pro eSIM racers, and you know, a lot of them are, I forgive the word, but like a lot of them are super tryhards. I'm a tryhard myself. You know, a lot of them are sweaty boys and sweaty girls, and you know, that's how you get to becoming a professional eventually. Right. You know, you have to climb the ranks
without going through that. You know,
exactly. Yeah, so if you're asking, for those of you who want to join, it's actually fairly simple, Ref. So anybody who would like to join should have the following things. Of course, you have to have a Sony PlayStation 4, an active PSN account, PS Plus subscription, must have Gran Turismo Sport, any compatible gaming controller, high-speed internet, and an active Facebook account. Now, for the registration requirements, they have to provide the following details: your name, your email address, your contact number, your nationality, the country that you reside in, your PSN online ID, your PSN online country, and your player ID, which is found in Gran Turismo Sport, and your previous achievements. Just to, see if you've had any professional esports racing experience or anything like that. Now, once you have all these details, you just have to visit toyota.com.ph/GT Cup to fill up the registration form. So, for those of you who are interested to join, you have one more chance for the third round. But for now, we'll take you back to the Tokyo Expressway East Outer Loop for the highlights of the May 22 promotional class leaderboard races. So, do let us know who your bets are. If meron kayong mga manok na nandito, just, not an online sabong reference, by the way, but just share them in the comment section and use the hashtag GRGTCupPH 2021. All right, here we go with our highlights for the promotional class leaderboard challenge. Now, we're currently seeing the first race lobby. Now, as we mentioned earlier, Ref, multiple lobbies are actually created. Right. So after we see the highlights for this first lobby, we'll get to see the highlights naman for the second lobby in this video. Yeah, but I actually wanted to ask you, we were talking about this before. It's just, there's something about nighttime racing that just makes it more exciting, and just seeing how beautiful the Supra looks in all of them. It's just...
with night driving, or night racing rather, it's almost like a nod to Initial D or like those Midnight Riders type games. And the Supra,
or let's not go very far, man. Kahit Tokyo Drift, di ba?
Oh, actually, Tokyo Drift.
Gusto ko nga lagyan ng background na, I wonder if you know. Hala, di ba? We don't have the rights for that, so we'll stop singing. That was less than 8 bars, so I don't think we're going to get charged for that or anything like that. But Ref, I wanted to talk to you about, just driving the GR Supra. I know that I know that they lent it to you, but what did you like most about the car?
Dude, again, that car, I think it really spoiled my idea of what fast really is and what sport really is.
It's
I'm sure
really fast.
Yeah, and there's something about the handling. It's like ang bigat niya, the center of gravity is really low, the steering is tight. But like I said, it's spoiled. Balik ko sa regular car ko, medyo parang ano ba to? Parang ganun pakiramdam siya eh.
That's the weird part about it. It's because you feel grounded driving it.
You do.
But when you step on the gas, it's like, yo, am I even hitting the floor? It's like you're just blazing fast. And one of the little details that I absolutely love about it is when you enter the car, just in case you forget what kind of car you're driving, when you turn on the engine, the first thing that you'll see on the dash is that beautiful kind of silhouette of the Supra.
Yeah.
And Supra.
It's like it's a Supra.
Yo, bro, you've arrived.
And dude, I'm not sure if you noticed, but you can actually program it to say your name. Like, pwede siyang, as you turn on the car, hi Gino.
Yes, of course. Siyempre, nung piniram sa akin, pinalitan ko agad yung pangalan para ma-IG story ko agad yun. Diba? Kasi, it's not really to drive a Supra. But like we mentioned earlier, now we are watching the highlights for the second race lobby of the promotional class leaderboard challenge. But you've had a lot of racing experience. How does a racer's mentality change if you're racing against time and not against another car on the grid, like not against a competitor competing against?
For me, I would say it's a little bit harder because with time, you really have no chance to see if there's a competitor behind you or if you have a good lead, na pwede kang take a step back on the gas pedal a little. With time, it's like you're always on the go 24/7 the whole race because you only really find out the performance or the time after. So I think there's a bit more pressure there as compared to, being in an actual race. That's just me though. Ikaw, Gino, how was it racing against time?
No, I get that because when it comes to games in general, I'm fairly competitive. So I like it when I see what the other guy is doing. Even in a marathon, like if I see somebody overtake me, like that's when I'll start running again. And that was super highlighted the last time that we actually raced. The first and the last time that we actually raced together.
That's true.
because we had to compete against each other without being on the same track, without even seeing each other. So I thought that I did pretty well. I was like, all right,
Yeah, consider. I mean, how
and then
many
I
was
saw
it?
your time, bro. And then I saw your time, and I was like, oh my god, oh my.
No,
I could push a little further. You know?
But the thing is, it was so minimal. Like it was like what point something seconds. The parang if we actually raced side by side, I think
It would have made a difference, diba? Tapos parang we could have psyched each other out. You know, there is that, and it's just hard to compete against yourself.
That's true.
And last year's GRGT Super Cup was a great reminder of that for me. But there you have it. There we have shown you the highlights for both of our lobbies. Now, it was, I mean, obviously you got a lot to look forward to, Ref.
Definitely. And from hundreds of competitors who pushed their cars to the limit, of course, we now have our top 24 racers who will now move on to the promotional round semifinals. Of course, special mention goes to our top 3 qualifiers. Gino, take it away.
That is absolutely. And congratulations are in order for the best among such a vast field. Coming in first is Jether Miole, while Mark Angelo Villamor is second, and Aidan Paulo Moselino comes in at third.
Hey everyone, you're still tuned to the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Philippines 2021, powered by Petron Blaze 100. And finally, we've come to the Sporting Class Leaderboard Challenge, the cream of the crop, the best of the best, the kings of the kings. Now, Gino, how would you describe the competitors in this division and para lang maintindihan ng viewers natin?
You know, Ref, I couldn't have put it in better words. You probably already said how they are best described. You know, these are the best of the best. You know, the upper echelon of online racing, because these are seasoned sim racing drivers who have basically competed in any pro event anywhere in the country. Outside of that, if they're also associated with professional esports racing team, this is where they belong. Or if they've taken part of the sporting class of the VRF series, this is where they belong. So, like what you mentioned, these are the best of the best that we're going to be watching in just a moment. But just like in the promotional class, the competitors were divided into multiple lobbies, and the top 24, based on lap time, will qualify for the next race. So that said, it is now time to cheer your bets on by sharing them in the comment section and using the hashtag GRGTCupPH 2021. Let's head straight into the action as we witness the highlights from the Sporting Class Leaderboard held last May 22nd.
Alright, so now let's take a look at the Sporting Class's best moments. Gino, man, hey, who do you think are the racers to look out for in this class?
Oh man, Ref, where do I even begin? Alright, let's start off with Terence Liave. He is the Sporting Class Round 1 winner. Of course, he's a YouTuber. I'm sure you've watched one of his videos over at Chupageti TV. Has close to 12,000 subscribers already. Outside of that, we also have Estefano Rivera, who actually is a competitive slalom and circuit racer, and was also named the 2019 Breakthrough Motorsports Star of the Year by Motoring Today. So I mean, obviously he's already got the qualifications for the credentials for it. Now outside of that, we also have Luis Moreno, who is part of Legion of Racers esports team and actually finished second in round 1. So these are, you know, just 3 of the names that come to mind, Ref.
Dude, I couldn't, wow, like, alam mo, habang sinasabi mo yung pangalan nila, naliit ako I was like, what an all-star lineup, that's crazy. So, yeah, so those are the racers that we will keep an eye on as we continue to watch these highlights. But Gino, hey, let's talk about the Gran Turismo game itself. What a game, man. And would you recall the first time you ever played it? PS1, PS2, ano bang, may mga moments ka ba dito dati?
Marami actually, because what I really liked about Gran Turismo is you know, just how close to reality it actually kind of felt. I mean, if I'm remembering correctly, out of all the, you know, many racing games that I've played before, you know, whether it's Need for Speed or whatever, or there's an Xbox version. It's slipping my mind. Is it Project Cars or something like that? But one of the things that I really love about Gran Turismo, honestly, and some of the things that, you know, a lot of people find boring, for me, it's getting the licenses. I love you know, just breaking on point and everything. Like, it just makes it super realistic for me. But there you have it.
some of our
right.
highlights for the sporting class.
You guys have now seen the sporting class leaderboard action. Now, here are the racers that will remain in contention for these points. Now, there's a solid performance from all of these racers, definitely, but we must give credit to the top qualifiers from the leaderboard. Gino.
Exactly. So special mention goes to the top 5 qualifiers from the sporting class. We have Terence Llave, Lance Padilla, Estefano Rivera, Lance Gubalya, and Luis Moreno. So Ref, ito na, do you have any guesses on who's going to win in tomorrow's race heat?
Dude, you can't do that. That's, oh man.
I'm putting you on the spot.
You know, all of these racers, it could be Terence Llave, it could be Lance Padilla, who represented the country. Could be Estefano Rivera, his brother actually coached me, Lance Gubala, Luis Moreno. Any one of them could basically take this home. Now, grabe, seeing all of these
answer tayo dun,
mahirap na. It really makes me miss driving, man. Sa totoo lang, like when you mentioned that there was going to be another race in July, I just realized that it's been 2 years since I first raced for Toyota. Now, oh man, I miss it so much. Now, even though I guess I'll have to wait a little bit more para makapag, race tayo ulit, na-excite ako because tomorrow's round 2 of the final heats, man. It's it. This is it. And things are just heating up here at the Toyota GRGT Cup 2021. And so Toyota's giving us a preview of the Toyota Vios GRS right here. Check this out, guys.
At the core of Toyota Gazoo racing lies motorsports DNA. Combine that with the Philippines' best-selling sedan, you get the new Vios GRS. Its black accent details and aero kit upgrade capture the feel and excitement on the track, and the 10-speed CVT that exudes the TGR competitive spirit. On the road or on the track, always be ready for a heart-racing, exhilarating ride. The new Vios GRS. Bring on the thrill.
Now, I know that we all missed the Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Cup, but don't you worry because today's premier one-make race championship will finally be back this July at the Clark International Speedway. You've got the best racers and the top celebrities going full throttle in the Autocross Challenge and the Circuit Championship. And you don't even have to worry about going to the venue to witness the racing action because we're bringing the event live to your screen. So just tune in to the live broadcast of the races on the Toyota Motor Philippines and Toyota Gazoo Racing Philippines Facebook accounts. Now, not only will you be watching from the comfort of your own home, but you'll be able to chat with the racers and celebrities and catch behind the scenes highlights. Obviously, you're going to be chatting with them while they're not driving because that's just an extra challenge altogether. So check out the TGRPH and TMP social media accounts for more details and be sure to like and follow to get all the updates. Now, this year's Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Cup will be held in cooperation with Bridgestone, official fuel partner Petron, and supported by Modal. Other sponsors are Rota, Brembo, Denso, AVT, 3M, Tuason Racing, and OMP.
I was surprised that you said that. I actually did not know they were coming back. That's super exciting. That's how I feel about it. As you were saying it, I was like, "What? It's happening."
You get flashback all of a sudden.
Oh, flashback. So yeah, again, we'd like to thank all of those who participated in the junior, promotional, and sporting classes, and of course, special mention goes to the 3 winners of the junior class race. A well-deserved victory to all of you. Congratulations.
Leaderboard stage closes. The semifinals and finals of both the promotional and sporting classes are up next. And of course, you can catch the breathtaking sim racing action tomorrow, May 29 at 8 p.m. on the Toyota Motor Philippines and Tier 1 Entertainment Facebook pages. Hope to see you guys all there. And don't forget to tell your fellow racing enthusiasts about the competition. And even if they're not enthusiasts, who knows? This might be the day that they just get into it, right?
That's right. So that wraps up our coverage for the second leaderboard of the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Philippines of 2021. And as we move closer to crowning the overall champions, the racers will take it up to another gear in hopes of getting to the checkered flag first. Now, to everyone who joined, to everyone who watched, thank you. And Gino, take it away.
Again, we'll see you guys tomorrow for race day, weekend round 2. Until then, keep safe, especially when driving, cruising through worries, and always chase your dreams at full speed. Love how we're so inspirational. On behalf of my co-host, Ref Bangsil, my name is Gino Killiamore, signing off for now. Bye, guys.
the pit already, and the races are of gold.
It looks like we'll be seeing an overtaking attempt by Miole from the outside, and Pangilinan maintaining his position. Side by side, Sukiya and De Vera tight in turn 4. Oh!
There it is, Gino!
Yeah.
Yes.
It looks like these drivers will stop at nothing to win here tonight.